I think it's safe to say at this point that Real Housewives of Atlanta is on life support. And I'm not sure what they can use or what Bravo can do to bring it back. I don't see it lasting past another 2 seasons, to be honest. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Housewives of Atlanta, let's talk about it. Girl, the show is on life support. Let's be completely honest. Girl, there are so many things. Everybody has their reason why they think the show is not doing well. They say, NeNe Leakes is not on there no more. That's the reason why. Porsha's not on there. They still got Candy on there. She's boring. These things. Cynthia ain't there. And I just feel like all of these things can be true, but they're not the real reason why the show is not doing well. Some people are saying that, hey, folks are streaming the shows. They're not watching them live on Sundays anymore. They're watching them the next day. And, you know, we have to credit some of it to streaming. I can get behind, yeah, streaming. But if a show is really, really good on a Sunday, I'm watching it Sunday night. I'm so sorry. Like, House of the Dragon, I am watching that Sunday night. I might be 10 minutes late, but I am watching that. I'm watching it as soon as it comes on because I don't want to be on social media to miss anything. Now, you know, it's kind of bad to compare those because, you know, you can be spoiled from seeing a tweet or something or conversation about something that happened on the House of the Dragon versus, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta or any reality show. But I would say this, that people are excited about watching the shows. I know for whenever I review a show that's very, very popular, people watch it. My views are very high from it. Like all the other YouTubers who do reviews on Real Housewives of Atlanta, go look them up. They do those too, and those views have not been giving. Like they have not. And my views for Real Housewives of Atlanta are not doing well. I'm saying, what's going on with me? Am I not, you know, relevant? Like, girl, what's going on? But other videos that I have done, other things, other stuff that I have talked about have gotten a lot of views. So it's not that, it's just people are not interested. When people are interested in the show, they go and they want to see commentary on it. Just watch the last episode of Handmaid's Tale. I don't normally listen to people review it. And I was like, you know what? This episode was so good. I need somebody to explain and break it down. I went on YouTube and typed in, I wanted to see people talk about it. People are not doing that for Real Housewives of Atlanta no more. People are not interested. This is the first time this is the first time ever that I did not do a review for the reunion of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I did it for Patreon, but I did not do the last 2 because they were frankly just boring. Like y'all had Marlo front and center. And it was just not giving. It was just like, what is going on? Like you had Marlo and Sheree with their shaky storylines. Like it's, girl, I hope y'all are paying them and try their layers because the girls are just not giving it. But Real Housewives of Potomac, you know, they had their season premiere just this past Sunday, and they barely cranked out, what, 800,000? You know, and a lot of folks are saying this season's gonna be really good. The trailers have been good. The girls have stepped it up. There's tea. There's all these things people are interested in, but people are just not as interested. But Real Housewives of Potomac never ever brung those viewers in. They've never been able to do as much as everybody else. There's some diehard fans for Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Atlanta is gonna watch it no matter if it's bad, whatever. They're gonna watch it because that's what they do. But as far as like the general public is not interested in it. Like diehard fans are not interested in watching some of these shows. And it's just, it might be because reality TV is kind of falling off. Like people are not interested in reality TV as much as they used to be. It's just not really giving. Like it's just, hey girl, we've been going on what, 10 years of loving hip hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta and all these shows. Like, girl, we are tired. We're like, a lot of us are just tired of these, you know, these reality shows that we're seeing are not reality. And that's where others, you know, networks like Zeus and other folks are redoing reality shows and not having to cut through the tape of television. Like, hey, girl, y'all can fight as much as y'all want to, because, you know, we ain't got to worry about that. People are interested in that, but reality TV is just not giving like that no more. People are kind of bored. I'm more interested in, you know, scripted series, shows and stuff. Like, I'm more interested in it. Maybe reality TV is just falling off. Now, I mentioned, like, people saying, hey, NeNe's not on here. That's what's going on. Like I said, NeNe Leakes she's not the same on there anymore. She doesn't want to film. She doesn't want to do that. So, like, even if she was to come back, it's not going to save the show. Porsha, the show was losing ratings when Porsha was on there. And y'all know Porsha's my favorite. I love Porsha. But nobody is as interested about Porsha and Dennis and Simon and all that other stuff. Porsha did her show. Her ratings were pretty decent. But the show was a catastrophe. The show was terrible. Like, the show was just not that good. The drama was definitely there. The fighting was definitely there. But it's not something I'm going to watch each and every season. I'm like, girl, this is way too much for me. I don't want to share this with y'all. So we can't say Porsha can save the show. Cynthia damn show ain't saving the show. Even with, her split and future divorce of Mike Hill. Where some of us kind of saw that coming. It's like, girl, we watched the show, like, girl, Mike said he's cheated on almost every person he's been in a relationship with, and he's friends with them. Like, they gave Cynthia a warning and all that other stuff. Like, they told, like, hey, girl, it's not giving. So, no, I'm not interested in seeing Cynthia go through another divorce. It's, like, way too much for me at this point. What else we got? Who else who else do we have on the show? Kenya, the girl said, oh, Kenya, she can save the show. Kenya doing what she does. Nobody's interested in Mark. Nobody's interested in her like that. Like, it's cute moments to see her and Brooke. Very beautiful. I love that. But it's not enough to keep the show. The relationships with the ladies, it just seems very, very forced. Very, very forced. Like, this whole thing with Drew, as much as folks say, can't stand Drew and all this other stuff, Drew is probably the only consistent storyline that folks are here for, that hate to watch. But for me, I'm just not interested in following Drew. I'm not interested in following Homegirl, the track star. I'm just like, none of these ladies are interested in giving Marlo a peach. It's not saving the show either, because, like, Marlo was, I don't know what Marlo was doing this season. I'm not sure what Marlo was doing. She was like, she just seemed very thirsty for camera time. Sheree is hopping in relationships randomly just to have a storyline, and it's just like, none of this stuff is authentic. Like, it used to be where you believed some of this stuff. Like, yeah, I can believe that, like, Peter was trashing Cynthia's checks and, like, her coins and stuff. That was believable. Cynthia was very gullible. That was believable about the whole Peter thing. NeNe and her stuff, a lot of the stuff was believable. The stuff now is just not giving. And it's a mixture of, they're not really giving 100%. People are not interested in reality TV. People are also streaming. People are also like, hey, girl, I missed. So you got all these things that are causing the ratings shift that people are not interested in. So it's just not, hey, I'm not watching because NeNe's not on here. I'm not watching because Porsha's not on here. You got some people, but them 1,000 or whatever, a few thousand of folks who are not watching because of that, because I know some people, they add up between all of the recent changes and stuff. Somebody said, like, somebody posted on Twitter and said, if Real Housewives of Atlanta starts from the ground up, they'll be able to salvage the show. Laughing my ass off. They need brand new ladies. If they give them some space and reflection like they did in Miami, I think it could work better in a few years. No, I completely disagree. Nobody is interested in new ladies. They've already tried their format. It's not giving. The only thing that they can do now is like a big, big ass shift. And Bravo is not interested in doing that. Like, these ladies are not relatable. As much as I'm not interested in the, what is it? The Love and Instagram show that's on BET with Ari the Don and, is that her name, Ari, whatever her name is this week, and Jada and Tay. Girl, I be looking at clips, I'm like, okay, this is actually interesting. Like, they need some fire. They tried that with homegirl who was running around fighting in her house and got kicked out the house. Like, they tried that and it's just not giving. Like, they tried a younger girl. It's just not giving. Like, I don't even know necessarily what Real Housewives of Atlanta demographic is at this point, but it's just not giving. I don't think there's no saving the show, to be honest. With that being said, I think that it's ran its course. Like, something like this, we're not going to be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta for no 30 seasons. This is not Law and Order. This is not one of those, like, you can only watch so many times. Like, girl, as we watch this now, some of us are now married, have kids, bought a home, you know, broke up. Like, it's just like, girl, I don't need to see this no more. Like, it was cute when I was watching this like 10 years ago, but I'm a whole different person. So Bravo will have to get new girls, like new fresh girls that people are interested in watching, and I just don't see it because the fresher faces, the newer people who can come in, their demographic is not watching no Real Housewives of Atlanta because they see that it's an old auntie show. Like, there's no shade, but it's like, this is auntie TV. The younger folks who, you know, appreciate the show only appreciate because the reaction memes and NeNe leaks and other stuff, but the younger girls are not watching this show. Like, this is auntie, grandma, mima show. And like, it's just not giving. Like, we're going on what, 14, 15 seasons? How many more businesses is Candy gonna start up? How many times her Todd gonna disagree? How many times Kenny gonna bring up her husband? How many times is the track star gonna talk about having gold medal? It's just like, and how long Drew gonna stay in this marriage that she's being gaslit in? It's like, girl, we're bored. We are bored. It's time to move on. So, you know, let's talk like, because people talk about the ratings, like, girl, the people care about the ratings. Every season we used to hear about ratings high and the girls are asking for more coin. It's been rumored that they've had to take pay cuts over the last couple of seasons because the ratings are not giving. Some people say that's the reason why Kenya Moore wanted her divorce with Mark sealed, because she didn't want people to know how much money she was getting paid per episode or how much she was making from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I guarantee you, it probably ain't as much, it's nowhere near as much as it used to be because the ratings are not there. Bravo's not out here producing Real Housewives of Atlanta because it's a good show and they quality TV. They're producing it because it brings in ratings, which makes them advertising coin. And then ratings are not giving. The advertisers are not going to be spending as much money if the show is barely premiering with 1 million viewers. Like, girl, like, that's just what it is. The higher amount of views, the more you're worth. Even I recognize that. When my views are up, people be sending me, hey, girl, can you promote this? Da-da-da, can you do this and that? But if they come to me and they saying, hey, well, we pay other people less than this and they have more views, that's just is what it is. And I just don't think that this show is sustainable at this point. We're going on 15 seasons. We're going on almost 20 seasons. It's time to give it a chop. It is time. Like, it was cute. We enjoyed it. But girl, I don't know. Like, it's just, it's really falling off from the wayside. I don't see another 2 seasons, let alone 3 seasons. I think it's just time to go ahead and give it a chop, because if we're losing 100,000 viewers each season and we're barely, like, let's look it up. The premiere of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14 barely got 900,000 views. 900,000 viewers. 0.93. This is on Wikipedia. The season finale, which was September 4th, got 1 million. Each part of the reunion did, you know, 1 million, like 1 million viewers. But girl, when you go back to season 13, they had like 1.3 million, 1.2 million. And when you go before that, it's like 1.6, 1.7. And when you go before that, it's 2 million. And before that, it's 2 point, what's the name? So we're losing 300,000 viewers each damn year. So if we're ending, like, they're not even doing a special no more. Like, they used to do a special. They like, girl, we got no, we're not doing a special. Like, it's just not giving. It's not. So if we're barely getting a meal for the season premiere, what do you think next season is going to give? If we're barely getting that, what do you think that's going to give? Like, this is bad. And the girls can come up with their what's name, but barely cranking out a meal when Housewives used to get 3-4 million per season. Girl, like, it's just, I think next season gonna give premiere 700, probably 600,000. I'm really guessing that. I might be going out on a limb here, but if we're doing 0.93, like 900,000 viewers for the season premiere of the first episode, I see 700-800. But if Real Housewives of Atlanta is not able to crank out at least higher than this or a meal plus, their time is numbered. Like, their time is numbered. Like, it's just, girl, the well is dry. And I just want people to be real about it. Just like, hey, girl, you know what? It's time to cut it. It's like, there's no saving the show. There's nothing that can save the show, to be honest. I feel like everybody wants to save it because of nostalgia and what it meant to them. But it's just not giving the same things anymore. And that's okay. So tell me what you think. Have you been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? What do y'all think they need? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. What's going on? I want to hear y'all thoughts, honey. Maybe Bravo will have me over here as a producer or something to fix it or something. But girl, let me know in the comments and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.